What's going on, everybody? What's a better way to start off a Labor Day weekend, a 3-day weekend, than watching some sports card videos on YouTube? I know my day will certainly have quite a bit of this, and I'm excited for the day off on Monday. Now, I've mentioned this many times. I'll continue to mention it. I think something that's important is to keep what the pulse is of the card market. And I don't think you kind of know what's happening out there by seeing what is selling at the high-end auctions. That's not where the normal average collector is. 99% of the people who collect cards, specifically vintage cards, the budget that they're working with is really $50, maybe $100 a month. So when we see these videos of these amazing pickups, it's fun to watch, but it doesn't really tell us what's happening for most of us. And that's one of the things I love about the videos that I do, where each month we take a look at what are some cards that sold for under $50. Now, last month, I had a lot going on because of the National, and I never got around to doing a video of cards from the 50s that sold for under $50. And, well, on the last day of August, I'm able to make sure that I get one in this month. Now, I did the 60s before, but the difference between the 50s and the 60s can be quite a difference. It's later in the career of many of the big-time stars in the 60s, whereas the 50s, it's a lot more rookie cards and early year cards of some of those golden age players. And so what we're going to see here in the 50s is you're not going to see a bunch of Mickey Mantles and a bunch of Willie Mazes. Now, it's possible we might see one or two, but it's not going to be the norm because cards from the 50s are just more expensive. So those of us that do collect cards from the 50s, you're going to see some cards that I think would be good cards to have and add to any collection. But I'll be honest with you, it was harder to find some deals that really got my juices flowing this month in the 1950s than normal. Now, that's not to say that there aren't deals out there, because there are, and I'm about to show you some. But in months before, I'm kind of like walking through a candy store going, that's a good one, and that's a good one, and that's a good one. And I really had to hunt this month. Now, we're going to see some of those cards, but that first piece tells me something. In months past, there have been some Aaron's, there have been some Mays cards, there have been some Koufax cards, there have been some Clemente cards, but not this month. That was not what was happening. That tells me that there's a little bit of strength in the market for this 1950s era. Now, the other thing that I want to do here, besides just looking at those, is I want us to pay attention to the guys that are showing up on these sales. See, one of the common questions that we all talk about, when I've done a couple of videos about, man, why are these guys undervalued? And people go, whoa, who are the undervalued guys? Well, we all want to get a deal, and we all want to find cards of players that were really, really good and affordable. So what does that do? That leaves us with the sweet spot between the very good players and the all-time great players. Who falls right in there? To me, those are the guys that are undervalued. It's not the Mickey Mantles. It's not the Willie Mazes. It's not even some of the guys that may have made an all-star game or two. It's the guys that are like Hall of Famers or have a chance of eventually getting into the Hall of Fame, but their cards are still affordable. Those are the guys that are being overlooked. Now, will they always be overlooked? Maybe. Is it possible that some of these players will surge because the Mantles and the Mazes will become unaffordable? Maybe. Is it possible that they go down and they become less and less relevant? Maybe. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't have that crystal ball. But we can see some players that were really good that were Hall of Famers and their cards are selling for super duper cheap. Is it a time to buy those, or is it a time to go, oh, those guys don't get a lot of hobby love, and what would change to make that suddenly be different? I don't know. But I've got 40 cards from the 1950s that just sold in the month of July for under $50. And let me remind you, I'm not making these deals up. These are closed auctions off of eBay that I took screenshots of. They're real auctions, they're real cards, they're real prices from the 1950s for under 50 bucks. Also, I have 10 what I call moonshot cards, which are big purchases, expensive purchases to show us the opposite end of the spectrum. Not what the everyday collector is buying, but what the big time deep pocketed collector is buying. And as always, there's always going to be a card or two that I find that sold for a lot of money that is crazy to me. That is mind-blowing to me. This month is no different. There's 100% a mind-blowing pickup from the 1950s that sold for a lot of money. Stay tuned and check all of this out. All right, leading off the hunt of the underappreciated players this month is the 58 Topps Ernie Banks All-Star. In an SGC 5, it's got the color match, it's well-centered, it's Ernie Banks, he's an all-time great. Yet, that card still is not over $50, it's crazy. How about a 57 Topps Duke Snider? What's the deal with Duke Snider values? Why is he so cheap? Other than his rookie card, all of his cards are so cheap. This 57 Topps in an SGC 5 sold for $49.25. How about Richie Ashburn? A really good hitter, a really good player, and his 56 Topps card in a PSA 5.5. I mean, that thing is really well centered. It's a beautiful card. $48.82. Again, the theme today is over and over. Who is underappreciated? Well, how about a 59 Topps Al Kaline? Remember, Kaline's rookie cards in that 54 set. This is early in his career. This is a beautiful SGC 5 for $48.75. That's a gorgeous card of the youngest player ever to win a batting title. How about a 56 Monty Irvin in a PSA 4.5? I mean, Monty Irvin is one of the best players, a tremendous bridge player. Look at how beautiful that card is. Really well centered, $48.63. How about this one? We've got the 1959 Topps Outfield Trio. And this card has Roberto Clemente on it, and it's in a PSA 6 holder. And it's got some color match going on with that yellow. I mean, it's a beautiful card. $46.51. Speaking of color match, how about the 54 Topps Whitey Ford? Remember, Whitey Ford does not have a 52 Bowman card. So he's got his 51 rookie, then his 53 Topps, and a 54 Topps. Now, this is an early card. It's well-centered. It's an SGC 3.5, $46. And then we have a 1958 Topps Warren Spahn All-Star in a PSA 5. Again, one of the best left-handed pitchers of all time. It's a PSA 5. It's the first year they started doing All-Star cards. It's Warren Spahn for $46. Again, well-centered, beautiful card. How about Gil Hodges? Another overlooked Hall of Famer. This is a 1950 Bowman in an SGC 4 for right around $45. Remember, his rookie card is the 49 Bowman. This is his second card. Now look at this one. a 51 Topps Redback Duke Snider in a PSA 3. These have gained some popularity, but man, this was only $45. Now his rookie card is in the 49 set. So this is, his first Topps card, the third year he had cards. That blew my mind. How about another Alkaline? Why is Alkaline overlooked like Duke Snider? Doesn't make sense. We have an SGC 4, beautifully centered, for $44.84 from the 57 Topps set. That is a beautiful card. Larry Doby, another really, really important player for historical reasons, not just being an amazing player. 1958 Topps Larry Doby in an SGC 6 for $44.15. It's in a 6 holder. A 6 grade in the 58 set is a really high graded card. Again, Duke Snider. Somebody please, seriously, in the comments, explain to me, why is Duke Snider not get the love now? He used to. He used to be expensive. Here's a 52 Bowman Duke Snider in a PSA 2 for $44.08. Really well centered, really good eye appeal. Here is our monthly reminder of Curt Flood not being in the Hall of Fame and being undervalued. This is his 1958 Topps rookie card in an SGC 4.5 for $43. It's $15 just to get it graded. That's his rookie card. How about an autograph card? This is the 59 Topps Orlando Cepeda, a player that we recently lost. He passed away in July. This is an auto grade 10 on the 59 Topps card. His rookie is the 58. This is his second card, autographed with a 10 auto grade. Speaking of his rookie card, a 58 Topps Orlando Cepeda in an SGC 2.5. It's off center, but it's $42, and it's Orlando Cepeda, a Hall of Famer's rookie card. If you didn't listen to the video yesterday with the conversation with my dad, he shares a story about that card. The 1953 Topps Monty Irvin. Monty Irvin, another guy who is severely underappreciated. This is a PSA 3 from the 53 Topps set. $42 on a beautiful Monty Irvin card. Regardless of what other channels might say, that's a beautiful card. How about a 59 Topps NL Hitting Kings? This is a card that's got Richie Ashburn and Willie Mays. It's a PSA 5, and it's sold for just over $40. Getting cards graded from PSA is what, $25? Check out another Monty Irvin. This is the 55 Topps Monty Irvin in a PSA 5. Look how sharp that card is. It's a PSA 5. Because of that, it blew my mind. $40 for the 55 Topps Monty Irvin. Beautiful card. PSA 5. $40. How about Eddie Matthews, another guy that gets overlooked? Why is he so overlooked? Is it because he played with Hank Aaron? This is a 57 Topps Eddie Matthews in an SGC 4.5. Again, look at the eye appeal. Look how well centered it is. That's an absolutely beautiful card. A 4.5 is not a bad grade. $40. How about Stan Musial's first ever Topps card? Remember, he didn't have a Topps card until the 58 Topps All-Star card. This is an SGC 4.5. Look at how gorgeous that card is. I love the 58 Topps All-Star set. I think it's incredibly beautiful set. $40. How about a 58 Topps Slugger Supreme? This card has Ted Williams on it. It's a plain day Ted Williams card in an SGC 4. Again, really well centered, really good eye appeal. Another card at $40 for that awesome Ted Williams card. How about an Elston Howard rookie card? The 55 Bowman Elston Howard in an SGC 4. And the affordability on it makes no sense. Guy won an MVP. Guy was the first black Yankee. Guy was a tremendous catcher. $38.76. on the Elston Howard rookie. We even snuck in a Hank Aaron. Now, it's a low grade, but I thought it should still make the cut, though because it's a PSA 2, it does have really good eye appeal to me. Pretty well centered. It was $36, and it's a Hank Aaron card and a PSA slab. I don't think you can go wrong there. Next up, a 57 Topps Whitey Ford. This is the second Whitey Ford card we've seen. Again, why is he so overlooked? Why is he so affordable? This is a PSA 4, $35.42 for the Whitey Ford card. That is an awesome pose. It's sort of his signature pose. How about a 56 Topps Mini Minoso, another Hall of Famer, another great eye appeal card from the awesome 56 Topps set. This is a PSA 4, $35 on the Mini Minoso card. Again, Mini Minoso is in that group of why are they overlooked. Speaking of, my goodness, is anybody more overlooked than Don Drysdale? 59 Topps Don Drysdale and SGC 5.5 blows my mind that is only $34 on the Don Drysdale. A 1959 Topps Symbol of Courage. This is a Roy Campanella card. This is a high number card as well. Got an SGC 4, really well centered, as you can see on there. $32.88. This obviously taken after his accident that paralyzed him, ended his career. A 1959 Topps Fence Busters card with Matthews and Aaron on it. 2 Hall of Famers. And a CSG 4.5. Right around $30 for a card that has Hank Aaron and Eddie Matthews on it. Wow. Another Mini Minoso. Again, Minoso is one of those guys. This is a 55 Bowman. This is an SGC 5. That set is tough to get in a decent grade, and a 5 is a very decent grade. It was $32 for this Minoso. His rookie card is in the 52 Bowman and 52 Topps sets. How about a Roy Campanella from the 56 Topps set? It's an SGC 2, so it's a low grade, but it's a plain day Roy Campanella already in a slab for $32. $32. Again, it's $15 to grade it. Now I threw in a football card or two, one of which is the 52 Bowman Small. They had the small and large in the 52 Bowman set of Joe the Jet Perry. This is a PSA 5 for $31. He's a local guy. I talked once before about how I met him about 25 years ago. This is a 1955 Bowman Pee Wee Reese. It's an SGC 3, but Pee Wee Reese is a really important player. He's a big part of the Jackie Robinson story. It was $30 for this card. $30 for a plain days Pee Wee Reese, already slabbed in a decent grade. Now look at this. This is a 58 to 61 Roger Maris J Publishing in an SGC 5. This blew my mind for so many reasons. It was $27. These photo pack things were awesome. Great pictures, oversized. Just a slab for oversized is more than $27. That was a crazy deal. How about a 1954 Redman Eddie Matthews? If you're looking for a set other than Bowman or Topps, the Eddie Matthews is a great option. This is a PSA 3 for $26.97. Look at how beautiful that card is. Now, it doesn't have the tab attached, but it's still a beautiful image. We got the 54 Topps Phil Rizzuto in an SGC 4.5. Again, a great looking card. $26.92. Again, well centered. Bright red. Beautiful 54 Topps set. Less than $27. How about a 55 Bowman Roy Campanella in a 4? It's an SGC 4, 55 Bowman Roy Campanella. $26.57. Blows my mind. So what, did somebody buy that for $11.50 and then send it in to get it graded for $15? I mean, that's a steal for that card. How about a 1950 Bowman Casey Stengel? Hall of Fame manager. PSA 3. Great eye appeal. Great centering. I love the 50 Bowman set. $26 for this card. $26. How about a 55 Topps Ken Boyer? This is his rookie card. Ken Boyer, I think, has a chance to get into the Hall of Fame. His rookie card in an SGC 3 sold for $24.51 there in middle July, a month ago. How about a 57 Topps Bobby Lane? Bobby Lane is a prolific Hall of Famer. Majority of his career with the Lions. An SGC 6 from the 57 Topps set. A beautiful set. $20. $20 for that Bobby Lane card. Vintage football is so cheap. All right, our July moonshots. What are the moonshots for the month? The big cards, the opposite end of the spectrum. This one caught my eye because I thought it was a beautiful card. It's an PSA 5 from the 1950 Bowman set of Jackie Robinson. An awesome card of him. $5,100. Now, again, I don't pick the 10 most expensive cards. I just picked 10 big sales from the month. How about a 52 Topps Jackie Robinson and a PSA 3? I think this was a really good deal. I know you're going to say, what is $10,000? It's $10,099. But with that color, with that centering, and yes, that's pretty good centering for that card. That was a good deal. How about a 53 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 6? What a sweet looking card this thing is. Was $10,100. That is quite an addition to somebody's collection. Now the next card, oh my gosh. A 59 Topps Claude Osteen. $11,750. Why? Because it's a PSA 10. It's Claude Osteen. $11,750. That literally almost made my head explode. All right, a 52 Topps Willie Mays and an SGC 7. $22,800. Look at how sharp it is. That is a really, really sharp card. Really, really great image. $22,500. Well, look at this. A 56 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 8. That is gorgeous. $23,196. Man, that is a beautiful card. That is such a cool card. Look at this. Don Drysdale. I've been saying he's undervalued, but then we got this card here. Well, the pop count on his rookie card, the 57 Topps, in a PSA 9 is really low. So this one sold for $26,000. Meanwhile, you could buy a 4 for a couple $100. How about a 51 Bowman Willie Mays rookie card in a BVG 7? Look at the centering on it. That thing is sweet looking card. $27,500 on the Willie Mays rookie card. That seems like a good deal to me. Is that not a good deal? That seems like a good deal. How about a 51 Bowman Mickey Mantle rookie card in a PSA 5? PSA 5. $32,000. But again, look at how sweet that's. I mean, a 5 is a really nice card from a set like this. $32,000. Last card. We got a 52 Topps Mickey Mantle in a PSA 3.5. The grail card for so many collectors. And you can see it sold here for $85,000 on a best offer. But somebody added the ultimate card for their collection. That is probably the ultimate card for so many vintage collectors. Congratulations to whoever picked this card up for $85,000. So what do you think? Why are the Snyders and the Irvins and the Fords and the Minosos and these guys so underappreciated and undervalued? Let me know what you think.